What's up, everyone? Ready for a week of epic adventures without breaking the bank? I mean, who doesn't want to see the world without spending their entire life savings? Today, we are pushing the limits of budget travel to the absolute extreme. We're going to see if it's possible to have the most insane, action-packed week of your life in 2 different countries for less than what most people spend on a weekend getaway. This isn't just a vacation. This is a challenge to see how much adventure we can cram into 7 days on the smallest budget imaginable. So, get ready, because I'm about to give you the ultimate blueprint for an unforgettable trip. Here's a 7-day budget itinerary through Nicaragua and Guatemala, packed with nature, adrenaline, and culture. We're going to be volcano boarding, kayaking through islands, hiking active volcanoes, and exploring ancient cities. I've done all the research, found all the hacks, and I am literally handing you the secret formula for the adventure of a lifetime. You are not going to believe what we managed to do with just a few $100s. This is going to be one of the craziest videos we have ever made. We're going to prove that you don't need to be rich to have incredible experiences. Every single day is a new adventure, a new challenge, and a new discovery. So if you've ever dreamed of exploring ancient ruins or sliding down a volcano, you're in the right place. Let's do this! Boom! We've landed in Nicaragua. To save a ton of money right from the start, we flew into the main airport in Managua and immediately hopped on a local chicken bus. Forget expensive taxis. This is how you travel like a local, and it costs next to nothing. After a couple of hours of incredible scenery, we've arrived in our first city, Leon. This place is absolutely buzzing with energy. The streets are a maze of colonial architecture and incredible, vibrant street art. It feels like every single wall is telling a story. We just checked into our hostel, and you won't believe this. It's only $10 a night. For that price, we get a bed and an instant community of fellow travelers. As the sun started to go down, we did something absolutely insane. We climbed to the roof of the Leon Cathedral, which is the largest cathedral in Central America. The view from the top is just breathtaking. You can see the entire city and the chain of volcanoes stretching out in the distance. Walking on the huge white domes at sunset was one of the most surreal experiences of my life, and it only cost a few bucks. Tonight, we're grabbing some cheap, delicious street food and getting ready, because tomorrow we're doing something I've wanted to do my entire life. This is just day 1, and it's already been mind-blowing. All right, guys, today is the day. We are about to do one of the craziest things on planet Earth. We are going volcano boarding down Cerro Negro, an active volcano. For just $30, a tour company drives you out to the base, gives you a board, and then you begin the hike. Let me tell you, hiking up a volcano carrying a giant wooden board is a serious workout. But the entire time you're surrounded by this insane, otherworldly landscape of black volcanic rock. The wind at the top is howling, and when you look down the steep black slope, your heart just starts pounding. This is pure adrenaline, people. And then we did it. We put on our jumpsuits and goggles, sat on our boards, and just went for it. You fly down this thing at insane speeds, with volcanic gravel flying everywhere. It is the most thrilling, chaotic, and unbelievably fun thing I have ever done. I crashed like 3 times, but it was totally worth it. After surviving the volcano, we headed back to Leon to explore the local markets. The sights, the sounds, the smells, it's a total sensory overload in the best way possible. We grabbed some dinner and then found a little cafe with live music to end the perfect day. Volcanoes and live music, what more could you want? We are on the move again. This morning we said goodbye to Leon and jumped on another super cheap bus to our next destination, the gorgeous city of Granada. The ride itself was an adventure, passing by incredible landscapes and tiny villages. Granada is stunning, with brightly colored colonial buildings and beautiful old churches on every corner. But we didn't waste any time. We dropped our bags at another awesome, budget-friendly guest house and headed straight for Lake Nicaragua, the largest lake in Central America. And we're not just looking at it, oh no, we're exploring it. For only $15, we rented kayaks to explore the famous Islets of Granada. These are hundreds of tiny islands that were formed thousands of years ago when a volcano blew its top. Paddling through the calm water, weaving between these little jungle-covered islands, was so peaceful and beautiful. We saw so many cool birds and even waved to some monkeys hanging out in the trees. After our arms were tired from paddling, we spent the evening just strolling through Granada's colonial streets, trying all the amazing street food we could find. This entire day has been incredible and has cost us less than a pizza back home. I hope you're not afraid of heights or fire or molten rock, because today we are visiting a literal gateway to hell. We took a short bus ride from Granada to Masaya Volcano National Park. This place is insane. For a tiny entrance fee of about $10, you can drive right up to the rim of an active volcano and stare directly into its crater. and inside that crater, a bubbling, glowing lake of red-hot lava. Standing there at night, watching the lava churn and glow against the dark sky is one of the most powerful and humbling things you will ever see. It's loud, it smells like sulfur, and it feels like you're on another planet. Before our nighttime lava adventure, we spent the afternoon at the Messiah Artisan Market, which is the biggest market in the country. This place is a labyrinth of color and creativity. You can find everything here, from handmade hammocks and leather goods to pottery and paintings. We spent hours just wandering around, talking to the local artisans, and sampling some incredible local foods we'd never even heard of. We bought a few small souvenirs, which helps support the local community directly. Today was the perfect mix of mind-blowing nature and vibrant culture, and we did it all on a shoestring budget. It's day 5, and that means it's time for country number 2. Today was a massive travel day, but we are officially leaving Nicaragua and heading to Antigua, Guatemala. Now you have a couple of options to do this on a budget. You could try to find a cheap flight, but we went for the ultimate budget option, an overnight shuttle bus. It's a long journey, but you save a ton of money on the transport itself, and you save the cost of one night's accommodation because you're sleeping on the bus. It's a classic backpacker move, and honestly, it's part of the adventure. We arrived in Antigua in the early evening, and wow, this city is magical. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site nestled in a valley surrounded by 3 massive volcanoes. The streets are all cobblestone, the buildings are beautifully preserved Spanish colonial architecture, and the whole place has this incredible historic vibe. We were exhausted from the journey, but we couldn't resist exploring. We checked into our hostel and immediately went out to experience Antigua's vibrant nightlife. We found an amazing little spot full of locals and grabbed some delicious street food, tostadas and tacos for just a couple of dollars. What a welcome to Guatemala! You thought we were done with volcanoes? No way. Here in Guatemala, we're climbing another one. Today, we're hiking Pacaya Volcano, and the best part is, a guided hike only costs around $20. This hike is different from Cerro Negro. It takes you through lush forests before opening up onto these vast, stark fields of dried lava flows. It feels like you're walking on the moon. Our guide was incredible, telling us all about the history of the volcano's eruptions as we climbed higher and higher. The views of the surrounding valley and the other volcanoes are absolutely spectacular. But here's the craziest part. Pacaya is so active that there are natural geothermal vents near the summit where hot steam just pours out of the ground. And our guide handed us marshmallows and sticks. Yes, we literally roasted marshmallows over the heat coming directly from an active volcano. It was the most epic snack I've ever had. After the hike, we were pretty tired, so we headed back to Antigua and just relaxed at a beautiful cafe in a hidden courtyard. Some people from our tour group even went to take a salsa class tonight, which is another super fun and cheap activity you can do here. It's our last full day, and we are going out with a bang. We woke up super early and jumped on a shuttle to what many people call the most beautiful lake in the world, Lake Atitlan. This massive, stunningly blue lake is cradled by 3 towering volcanoes, and it's even more beautiful in person than in the pictures. The shuttle drops you in the main town of Panajachel, and from there, you can take these little boat taxis, or lanchas, to explore the different villages scattered around the lake, each with its own unique vibe and Mayan culture. It's like a whole new world on the water. We decided to do one last epic hike. We took a boat to the village of San Juan, and then hiked up Indian Nose for sunrise. It was a tough climb in the dark, but watching the sun come up over the lake and light up the volcanoes one by one was a truly spiritual experience. It's a view I will never, ever forget. Afterward, we spent the rest of the day kayaking on the crystal clear water and just swimming and relaxing by the shore. In the late afternoon, we caught our shuttle back to Antigua for our final night, feeling completely amazed by everything we had seen and done. And that is a wrap on our insane 7-day adventure through Nicaragua and Guatemala. We volcano boarded, kayaked through ancient islets, stared into a crater of lava, roasted marshmallows on a volcano, and saw one of the most beautiful lakes on Earth. We pushed ourselves, we explored, and we had the absolute time of our lives. Every single day was packed with something new and exciting, and we did it all by traveling smart and living like locals, not tourists. It just proves that you don't need a massive bank account to have world-class adventures. So, what was the grand total for this epic week of adventure? Can you believe we did all of this for just $300 to $500, excluding flights? That's everything. Hostels, transport between cities and countries, all the tours, all the food, everything. It's absolutely mind-blowing how far your money can go in this incredible part of the world if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone just a little bit. This was more than a trip. It was proof that the biggest adventures are available to anyone. So, what are you waiting for? The world is out there, and it's more accessible than you think. Ready to pack your bags? If you want to see more challenges like this and get more insane travel itineraries, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Click it. Seriously, do it. Let me know in the comments where we should go next on an impossible budget. Subscribe for more budget adventures. Thanks for watching.